start recording. Recording in progress. Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon, morning, Wednesday morning, whatever you might be in the world. And yes, I did say the world because we are here to talk about a company that is all over the world and it's only getting better and it's only expanding. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. Well, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of this hot mama for now, but the company we're talking about is Isogenics. And if you haven't heard about it, I am so grateful that someone invited you here to share this, whether you're watching it live or on replay. Your life matters. And, you know, we have solutions that most people pray for at night. Like I know I was praying for a solution, and this company showed in my life, was introduced to me by a friend of mine, and as a result, my life forever changed. So what if? You know, what if there's a solution out there? What if you can transform your life, your bank account, your health, your relationships? Because it's possible. So, what are we? Who are we? Well, we are a company based on integrity. We truly believe that everything is, if it's not right for the associate, it's not right for the company. So what is our vision? Well, everyone deserves to experience a healthy, joyful, and abundant life. Who's up for that? Like, I know I am. And I think that's what life should be all about. We shouldn't be suffering. We shouldn't be, struggling as much as some of us are. Sorry, I got a hair on my face. Hey, live, can't help it. So question, are you living your ideal life? I hope your answer is yes. And if it is yes, who do you know that is not? Because this video could be for them. This video could change their life. And if you are not living your ideal life, I am so grateful that you're here. And I cannot wait for you to hear how we can maybe help. So we truly believe in the art of well-being. And what is that? It's, you know, crafting new experiences, making healthier choices, and belonging to better communities. I have my bestest friends in the world, I've met through this company, and I will not trade them for anything else. I mean, like, we travel the world together, we go to each other's houses, we just, our kids are best friends. I could have never imagined that that was possible, but it is. So who are we? We've been around since 2002, so we're what, like 19 years now. We're family owned, operating in 26 global markets, and like I said, growing. That 8 billion is not right. I know we have a whole lot more billions now. Thanks to the collagen. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just please get back to the person that shared this with you or that invited you, because they have the answers that you're searching for. And if they don't, they will be able to find them for you. So we also have over 300 millionaires in our company, which means that they're people that have impacted a lot of lives. I don't look at it as bank account. I look at it as lives impacted. And the more lives you impact, the more the company, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm thinking in Romanian here. Hello, give me a chance. Give me a chance. I'm like, recompense? No, that's not the right. So the company rewards you. That's the word I was looking for. So would you like to eat better, to feel better, to look better, or to move better, or in just plain old do better? Well, I think you deserve to do so. And I'm going to introduce you to this beautiful lady. And I think she did a little better after saying yes. And this is her beautiful family. I'm going to show you a few more pictures of her because I just can't, like, I can't pick one or two. And her transformation is so freaking amazing. And this is probably one of my favorite pictures right here, Super Mama. And Cheryl, if you don't mind, could you please unmute yourself and let us know what Isogenics has done for you?
Hey y'all, Christina, thank you so much for inviting me to share. It has definitely done a lot to bless my life. I had kind of given up on getting back in shape. You know, my whole family, there was kind of a pattern of being healthy as teenagers, you know, being active, being naturally lean. And then as mom life took over, you know, we all just started gaining weight. We all got unhealthy. I saw my mom struggle for years. She tried all sorts of stuff, you know, and nothing ever really worked for her. So then I hit 29 kept gaining weight, couldn't take it off. I knew what good food was. I knew what bad food was. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I was so frustrated. And, you know, homeschooling 3 kids when my husband's deployed, my husband's Navy, so he's deployed a lot. So I was trying to hold down the home fort. Thank you. And it just, the failure after failure after failure really put me into a depression. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was depressed. And my kids tell me now, they say, we didn't know how bad you were struggling until you came out of it. And like, we didn't realize how much time you were spending in your room by yourself until you came out of it. And, you know, when my sister first introduced me to it, I saw her come to life and just light up, and she's goofing around with her kids and she's talking about how great she's been sleeping. And I said, so what are you smoking and where can I get some? And she said, actually, it's a shake. And I laughed, and she says, I know, because we'd seen our friends try other shake things and other cleanse things. So we were very skeptical, but she's like, I didn't tell anybody I was trying this because I didn't think it was going to work. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? You should have told me 3 months ago. I could have been feeling as good as you by now if you had told me 3 months ago. So I decided to give it a try, and even seeing her transformation, I was still skeptical. But I was about a week into it, and I was at my breakfast table with my kids, and we were joking around, and one of them said, oh, Mommy, you're being so silly today. And I had to stop myself from crying because I couldn't remember when the last time I had been silly with my kids was. It had gotten that bad. I had no energy. I couldn't sleep. It was just bad. And it almost made it worse that my friends kept saying stuff like, oh, you don't need to lose that much weight. Oh, you look fine. Oh, you look fine. Oh, you look fine. I felt like crap, you know? They couldn't see how I was feeling. So first came the energy. I just felt like myself again. I got a good night's sleep. I woke up clear-headed. You know, I didn't have that heavy mom fog, give me the coffee or I'm going to eat somebody thing going on in the morning. I actually felt good in the morning. And that was my big moment of, this is different. This is something real and this works. So just from that, I'm like, I'm going to be drinking this stuff for the rest of my life. I am not going back because that was terrible. And now I feel like me again. And then the physical transformation followed. And I liked it. It didn't suck having energy to enjoy working out and to then see the results. Because I had tried and tried and tried. I was on a bike for 10 miles a day and I didn't see any results. I tried portioning my food and that just made me cranky and hungry. But this, I was seeing the results and I was feeling the results. And yeah, I like to show off my guns. I got some muscle. I love it. I love it. But to me, the physical transformation really was secondary to just being myself again. I mean, my husband was deployed when I started this. And within a month, he emailed me and he says, I can feel the change in you through your emails. He says, you got your enthusiasm for life back. You got your confidence back. He's like, you're being all flirty and dorky again. And that was before he had even seen me, even talked to me on the phone. Of course, when he got back, he saw the physical transformation. He liked that too. So that was a plus. And that was over 4 years ago. The true testament for me is this, I've been able to keep this routine. It's continued to be a blessing. It's kept me consistent with my health. And more importantly, the big one for me is, they call this a legacy company. And I'm building a legacy of health for my kids. Because when I first went into that depression, I really thought it was because I was hopeless because of my family history. You know, it was a pattern that was just continuing and I was powerless to stop it, but I was wrong. And I've learned so much along the way. And I'm so grateful that I'm going to be able to sustain, God willing, this health and this energy and continue to set this example for my kids. And they're following along. My kids love the shakes. They have their little Isa Kids vitamins every day. And they encourage me and they support me and they cheer me on. And I'm just so grateful for that because they saw the change. You know, they saw firsthand what a difference it makes to take care of yourself. And then by extension, how much happier a family unit can be because of it. So yeah, a lot of gratitude in my heart for this company, all the beautiful people that have just encouraged me and taught me and answered all my stupid questions because I got so curious. I'm a digger. I wanted to know everything. So I asked a billion questions. And a bunch of you on here can attest to that. I asked you a million questions and you guys helped me so much, just learning and supporting me and inspiring me. And I can never say thank you enough for that. I really can't.
Well, I can definitely say thank you for sharing your story. And thank you for being the amazing mom that you are and leaving that, you know, creating that legacy and breaking that generational, you know, curse, that generational belief. And it is possible. And because you did it, you're inspiring so many others to believe and to know that it is possible. And I mean, you are living proof. I could feel it in your voice. I could see it in your smile. I mean, it's just, I can only imagine how your kids are going to just become this beautiful, I mean, they already are, you know, this beautiful souls, but you now have time not only to play with the energy, to play with them, you're teaching them to become better people, better children, better humans, better everything, because you've done so yourself and you're leading by example. So I totally love it. And I so, and I mean, I love that picture when you're just holding them all up with your guns. And Dana said that you need a license for those guns. You need to get a permit. I don't know if you saw his comment or not.
He should talk.
Right. So if you could give your old self advice, like, you know, there are other Cheryls out there that have given up on themselves. And like you said, you know, there's like, oh, you know, I'm a mom now. This is my new life. This is what it's like, you know, whether it's the depression, whether it's the weight, whether it's the, oh, I hit this age and I'm just, you know, menopause or you know, just old and tired. And this is the new norm, right? What advice would you give those moms out there?
To remember that kids don't do what we say, they do what we do. And if nothing else, lifestyle is learned behavior. And if you're not going to be apathetic about your kids' health, don't be apathetic about your own. Don't do it. It's not a compromise for the sake of your time or giving everything to your kids. You can't do that. It's not a link that will hold if you compromise it. You've got to take care of yourself for the sake of your kids and for your husband and for whomever else is in your life that you serve. Oh man, I've got friends who are healthcare providers, you know, caregivers, and I watch them run themselves off their feet on nothing but junk food and energy drinks. And you cannot care for someone without caring for yourself first. It's a cliche, but you can't pour from an empty cup. You just can't do it. And I did struggle with feelings of selfishness. I mean, even when I was trying to keep up workout regimes, before I got started on this, I felt bad taking an hour to go do Zumba by myself in the garage. It felt like I was being selfish or something. And that's not a healthy mindset. It's self-abuse, if nothing else. You got to take care of yourself for the sake of the example you're setting for your kids, because they will follow your pattern. I mean, we all take things from our parents. God knows I'm so thankful for the example that my parents set for me in so many ways, but their health was not one of them. And it's because they didn't know. They didn't know better. If you know better, you do better. And if you see something that teaches you something that you didn't know and you remain apathetic, you gotta figure out why. You gotta figure out what it is that's stopping you from caring enough to do better once you know better. Because there are people that are still held back. There are people that remain apathetic even when they know better, they still don't care. But you got to confront that. You got to figure out what that is that's stopping you. You know, do you think you don't deserve it? Do you think you're not worth it? You're wrong. You're wrong. We're worth it. We deserve it. And take courage. You know, lean on the community. I love that they built in this community of support. We can all learn from each other's mistakes, learn from our struggles, learn from our, oh crap, I fell off the wagon and busted my cleanse day again. Blow it off, keep going.
Were you in my kitchen today? No, just kidding. I'm not going there. And you, I love your advice, girl. And you know, when you know better, you do better. And it's, you know, your past doesn't define you. And we always, every day we get a new start. Every day it's you start over. And the fact that we have a system that's backed by science and
Yes.
a proven system, right? It's like it's the best of nature and the best of science combined that guarantees results. It's like, how do you say no to that? It's like, it's somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you know what, I felt what you did, which I know I did because I was a mom of, you know, 5 and I had a lot going on. You know, it's like, well, I know exactly how you feel and I've done this and now my life has changed. For me, it's so hard to believe that people say, oh, sorry, I have a bug on me. I'm like, I'm outside and I'm getting eaten by bugs here. You never know. It's a live video, you know, it's what it is. So that's why I put the sweater on and everything. So for me, it's like, we can make a difference. Someone's, you know, you had somebody that you trusted that said yes, and then you're like, hey, why didn't you tell me 3 months ago, right? I had someone that I trusted and they shared it with me. So I love that you're not stopping and you're sharing your story and you're inspiring not just your kids, but strangers, people you haven't even yet met. You know, they're going to watch this and they're going to say, well, if Cheryl can do it, so can I. So
I hope so.
want to thank you a gazillion times. And how easy was it? One more question. How easy was it for you with 3 kids and as a, you know, I mean, not a single mom, but a single mom, you know what I mean?
I do. And it felt that way sometimes with a deployed husband. Anyone who's had a significant other deployed knows that it feels that way sometimes. It was really easy. And that was another big selling point for me. I mean, there were days when I made them lunch and I forgot to make myself something. You know, I set out to replace. I'm like, where's mine? Oh crap, I didn't make myself anything. There were literally those days when I forgot to feed myself.
Eat the leftovers.
Yes, I did actually. There was a whole span of time where I'm like, maybe I'll lose weight if I just eat their leftovers. That's terrible, but I tried it. It was bad. But yeah, the fact that I can just ice, water, scoop, blend, drink, done. It was a huge lifesaver, made the world of difference. And the convenience factor was through the roof. It was really easy. It took a while just to remind myself to do that first thing in the morning, because first thing in the morning, usually I made my coffee and I walked the dog. No, wait, we didn't have a dog at that point. I would make my coffee and then I would kind of struggle through making the kids breakfast and then go hide in my room. So just getting into the routine, it took about 2 weeks for it to be just like muscle memory. Go straight to the kitchen, mix my shake. Go straight to the kitchen, mix my shake. It took time. What do they say? It takes
21 days.
21 days to create a habit. So it was, it took a little bit of discipline. And
well, you had more energy enough to get a dog.
Right?
On top of the kids, right? Like that says it all.
I know, it's like having another kid. What was I thinking?
Right.
But yes, we did.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. Keep up the amazing work. Register those guns because they're awesome. And I'm looking forward to following your journey and to keeping in touch and giving you a real hug when we finally get to meet each other in person, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I owe a lot of you people
maybe
hugs for sure.
NYKO or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Christina.
My pleasure. Thank you for saying yes and for sharing, because other people deserve to have this transformation, both physically, mentally, emotionally. It's a whole nother level, guys. Look at these pictures. They're amazing. So the question is, well, why is our program working? Well, because it has no compromise. We truly do not believe in compromising. So like I said, we're backed by science and nature, responsible sourcing, on the nature whey protein, made with all natural ingredients, so no artificial stuff. And our body deserves this. You deserve to fuel your body with the best nutrition on the planet. So please, please, please get back to the person that invited you and watch this, because they can give you more information. And the beauty of it all, our program comes with 30 days money back guaranteed. So you get your sexy back or you get your money back. And obviously you saw Cheryl got her sexy back. And I'm gonna ask Alvie if he doesn't mind to unmute himself. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this share. Alvie, can you in 5-10 minutes share a little bit of your story with Isogenics? I know most people know it, but I don't think enough people know it, and I think it deserves to be heard.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
No, that's okay. Hey, this is I love stories, right? Cheryl, thank you for telling yours. I've watched you from the beginning. You're a beacon of light. You bring a lot of love and passion to this team, and we love you. So thank you for sharing. My story. Well, I know a lot of times we tell a personal story, and then we tell a personal story with a business part of it. So I'll do a little bit of both, because I think it's very important to tell that part of the story too. So I was a former pro athlete in the mid 90s in baseball, and I had a lot going for me there, and a lot of money in the bank, got first round draft pick, and supposed to be in the big leagues, and I got injured. So that didn't sit well with me. I couldn't come back from it. I had to retire at 24 years old. And I went straight into coaching. I've always had a heart of service. I've always wanted to help people. Even when I was playing, I loved, being coached and coaching. So it just, felt right to continue that after ball. So I did. I started helping the youth out in our area. But in that, during that phase though, I was still lost. I lost my identity. I caught some bad habits that, it almost killed me. I had some drug addiction that took over. I was drinking way too much. Food was another outlet. I got up to 307 pounds. I was a shell of myself, very depressed, at times suicidal. I started praying. I started praying a lot. I was needing something to shake me to the core, to change my life, because as much as I wanted to change it, I just was stuck. So sure enough, after lots of prayer, I ended up having a brain aneurysm rupture back in 2013. It was a blessing. It was the biggest blessing of my life at that point. It was the Lord's way of saying, here's your prayer answered. And so I remember having, during that aneurysm, I told the Lord, I said, please don't take me. I promise you I'll never go back. I'll never go back to my old lifestyle. And I woke up from surgery, emergency brain surgery, and I was alive. And I looked up and I said, "Thank you. That's it." Turned around 180, and I went the other way. I stopped cold turkey on the stupid things I was doing. Really took my life seriously again. I got back to being who I wanted to be in the beginning, which was a person that respected himself and others. And I started taking care of myself. I lost about 40 pounds on my own. And then I hit the plateau, and one of my former teammates, Darren Hooper, his girlfriend, Jen Lee, they contacted me about isogenics. I told them I would let them know if I didn't get past this little hurdle, I would call them. And sure enough, it didn't budge. And I called them back and I said, "All right, let's go. Let me get on this." I had secretly been following Darren because he was jacked and he was my former teammate. Him and I used to hang out all the time during pro ball. So to see him the way I wanted to be, I was like, okay, well, he's doing something right. So I went ahead and jumped on board just as a product user. I was not doing this for the business, but I did have my mind open. And that's one thing I will tell anyone that watches this is keep your mind open. You do not know what you don't know. I knew that at the time, my late wife, Rachel, was pregnant with my son, Kingston. And we had discussed about being a stay-at-home mom. We had discussed that. And so, I got on board and I said, if this works, I'll dabble in this and see what we can go do with. And so I first week in, I was feeling incredible. I said, all right, this is too much. I love it. I got to help some people out in my family. So I started helping my family out. After that first month, I've got my products paid for, and then also pocketed, $300 or $400 as well. And I'm like, wow, I just helped my family get healthier, and I made a few extra dollars on the side. I'm like, okay, this is a legitimate thing. I can do this, and I love helping people. So my heart of service fit right in. So I kept going, and and meanwhile, I'm doing my own goals. I dropped 45 pounds in my first 45 days, which isn't typical, but that was my results. I was fired up. I was all in. And so, people started following me more and started saying, "Hey, I want to do what you're doing." Next thing you know, I was climbing the ladder in the business side of it. Hitting the 1-star, and then in my first year, I basically eclipsed what I was making as an instructor in baseball, and so that was something that I didn't see coming. But once I saw the compensation plan and how incredible it was, I could say after a little while I saw it coming because I definitely saw that a lot of people needed this, and so I wasn't going to stop sharing it either. So I kept doing my transformation, which was great. I was earning while I was transforming, which was great. People, were fired up with my results, and they wanted to kind of see if they could get them too. And I joined Ice Body Challenge. On my third time during the challenge, I ended up winning the challenge. It's a 16-week challenge that we have that's free, and I decided to get on that, and I wanted to win it. And so it took me 3 times to finally get that finalist call, and then I got on the stage, and the community, all of my team, you guys are all awesome. I love you. I mean, the whole community just fired up during the when they called my name, and just yes you can was going on. It was incredible. But I just kept going, and I'll just tell you this. I remember the days when I could barely put $10 of gas in my car, and I remember the days when I was spending half of my paycheck on shit that didn't matter, excuse my language, but like drugs and alcohol and things that weren't serving me. And when I got my passion back for life, I started using the money to donate. I was able to donate to charities. I've been able to donate to the ISA Foundation. I was able to do things with that money that I was never doing before. I was doing things with my money before that were killing me. And so it just really changed every perspective I had on life. And just knowing that started with a couple shakes a day and some cleanse, it turned out to be, sometime later this year, cumulatively, I'll be an Isogenics millionaire. And this is 6.5 years. So it's something that I said no to at first, but I kept my options open. And I was able to be there for. I mentioned that my late wife Rachel, she was diagnosed with cancer back in 2018, and I was able to be there for her the entire time. She was able to be a stay-at-home mom the entire time that I started sharing this. The last, months of her life, I was able to be there every day. The kids, you name it, I was able to take the kids wherever I want to take them. Every day is I make my schedule, and it's something that you cannot, it's priceless. It's priceless to be able to make your own schedule, knowing that every second counts. And so I just feel grateful, blessed every day I wake up. I just feel like I found a rainbow here with Isogenics, and I love that the other side of the rainbow is that pot of gold, and that's the community that we have of Isogenics. So that's it.
I love you, Alvie. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I can never, every time I hear it, I hear another golden nugget. And I know that I knew the story about you, being the pro player and doing all that, but I never thought about the fact that right now you're in a hammock with your kids. Like, I'm thinking about it right now. How many dads out there that are single dads, and can do that, can, take their kids out to the park and, do things with their children and know that they're going to get paid every day, right? Not only that, but you're taking care of your health, and you're going to have the best health to be around for them because you are what they have. You're all they have right now. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I know without a doubt that your story just keeps inspiring and keeps inspiring, and you keep going. And I cannot wait for you to come to North Carolina. Oh my gosh,
I'm
Debbie,
looking
he's
forward to it.
coming to see me before you do. So I'm just letting you know. We already talked before the Zoom, like pro live. I cannot wait. And you have changed thousands and thousands of lives, and it's only getting better. And your passion for helping others, and your passion for improving your life and leading by example, it's phenomenal. And I love you, and I appreciate you. And I know I'm not the only one when I say this. I know the whole team is behind you. And I was in that. I remember when you stepped on that stage. I remember taking some pictures, and some amazing pictures. And I remember, oh my gosh, this is I don't know if you guys remember this, but his seat was in front of me. Like, we had the reserve seating for the ISA Foundation, right? And we had reserve seating. And Alvie, how tall are you?
6'7" on a good day.
6'7", right? And his wife was what, 6'8"?
6'6".
6'6". Okay, well, same, just about. And here I am, 5'3", like sitting behind Alvie and
Right.
Rachel. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta stand up for this one. So yeah, guys, this is the best community. We have the best products. And because Alvie said, I cannot imagine Alvie not saying yes, like where his life would be right now if he hadn't said yes to Isogenics.
I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here. No, you wouldn't be here, and your children right now wouldn't have you there for them.
No,
And
that's it.
everything is in such a beautiful divine order, and your prayers have been answered. Just like I started this Zoom saying that, we answer prayers. We don't even know, like, people we haven't even yet met, right? Like, I didn't know Alvie before Isogenics, and I'm talking about, like, hey, here's my beach house, come on over, let's hang out, which I wouldn't have had without Isogenics either. So it's how it works. So guys, get back to the person that invited you here. I know without a doubt that we have a solution. We have a solution that keeps, for the problems that keep you up at night, or for the problems that your loved ones keep, stay up at night. What if, you never know. Alvie didn't know what's going to happen, a few years later. And, the road that he had to take, right? Rachel was happy and healthy and joyful. And all of a sudden, one doctor visit, one phone call away, we are all one split second away from our life taking a whole different turn. Sorry, you hear my frogs? Background noise. With that, it's like we're one call away, right? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you doing your best for yourself and for your family? Because they deserve the best version of yourself. So who do you know? Who do you know that is praying for a better lifestyle? Because we have the solution. So get back to the person that invited you, the person that shared this, or the person that, invited you live here, and they will be able to answer any questions you guys have. And I hope and I pray that you will join our team, because we will love you with all our heart. I guarantee you. So thank you so much. Let me